Dinner at your parents' house. Your father is still stuck on the rank 11 thing and starts testing Bakugo's knowledge of hero logistics and financial stability. Bakugo actually came prepared. He has his 5-year plan memorized. Seeing him interview for the position of your partner, while Kirishima tries to charm your mother with stories of their training days, is a sight to behold. Bakugo actually wins your father over with his ambition. The conference room on the 42nd floor of the Todoroki Holdings building smelled like old money and fresh ambition. Leather chairs, expensive cologne, and the particular kind of silence that only existed when powerful people wanted something. You sat between your parents, hands folded between your lap, watching Endeavor's representative, a sharp-faced woman named Matsuda, slide a folder across the table like she was dealing cards. The terms are generous, Matsuda said, her voice smooth and practiced, like she'd done this 100 times. Endeavor Agency would sponsor the arrangement. The Ackerman family heir has a reinforcement quirk that pairs especially well with your ability. The genetic projection alone. Can we stop saying genetic projection? Like you're just putting me up for this marriage, just to get children. Your mother touches your arm. Voyan. No, really. You kept your voice level, though your pulse was anything but. I'd like someone to use plain language. What you're describing is selecting who I marry, based on what our children's quirk might be. Matsuda smiled, like you'd said something charming. It's a time-honored tradition among hero families. You'd want for nothing. The Akaman heir is accomplished, well-mannered. I'm sure he's lovely. You said flatly. That's not the point. Your father cleared his throat. He wasn't a cruel man, just a practical one, and practicality had always been his brand of damage. Moyan, this is a significant opportunity for our family standing. Your quirk has potential that shouldn't go. The conference room door opened. Not knocked, not buzzed through reception. Opened with that specific velocity of someone who had been walking very fast down a very long hallway and had not broken stride. Bakugo came through first, because of course he did, still in his hero gear with his gauntlets half disengaged, ash blonde hair slightly windswept, like he'd come straight from patrol. Behind him, Kirishima was a half step back, red hair down and loose, civilian clothed, a jacket he'd clearly thrown on in a hurry because it was inside out. The room went very still. Matsuda blinked. Excuse me, this is a private. Yeah, I know what it is. Bakugo pulled out the chair across from your parents and sat down in it like he'd been invited. He dropped both forearms on the table, looked directly at your father and said, "We're objecting." Kirishima closed the door behind him, smiled at the room with the particular warmth he deployed when he wanted to make something alarming feel slightly less alarming, and took the chair beside Bakugo. "Hi. Sorry for the interruption. We're not actually sorry, but manners." Your mother was staring. "Who are you?" Kirishima Jiro. He tapped the red riot tag on his jacket, which was now visibly upside down. He didn't seem to notice. "And that's Bakugo Katsuki, He glanced at you, and something in his expression softened for just a moment, the performed ease dropping into something genuine. We're with Wyan. With Wyan. Your father repeated slowly. Dating, Bakugo said, because he had never in his life seen the need for any specifics. We're dating Wyan. All three of us have been for 8 months. So, whatever this is, he gestured broadly at Matsuda, at the folder, at the entire expensive room. You can close it. And close the folder. The silence that followed was the loudest you'd heard in years. You pressed your lips together to keep from laughing, which felt wildly inappropriate and also completely inevitable. Because this was them. This was exactly, perfectly, catastrophically them. Matsuda recovered first. I don't know how you got past reception, but this meeting is. Shitty Hair smiled at the receptionist. Bakugo said, not looking at her. Yes, she was very nice. Kirishima agreed. This meeting, Matsuda continued, with the patience of someone billing by the hour, concerns a serious matter, an arrangement between two prominent families. Whatever personal situation you're describing doesn't what? Bakugo's eyes cut to her, and the temperature in the room seemed to drop. A degree. Doesn't count, doesn't matter. Because from where I'm standing, you were in a room trying to arrange who Wyan marries, without asking Wyan, which is embarrassing for everyone involved. And our relationship counts, whether you want it or not. Your mother found her voice. Wyan, you've been with the both of them? For 8 months and you didn't tell you. You finished quietly. No, I didn't. Because I didn't know how to. And because I wasn't ready for a conversation. And because, well, because of this. I knew there would be a meeting and a folder and someone talking about genetic projections. Your father looked at Bakugo with the calculating expression he wore when he was reassessing a situation. Bakugo Katsuki, you're ranked 11, Bakugo said, and rising. You want to talk rankings? We can. You want to talk about whether I can provide for Wyan? We can have that too. But that's not actually the point right now, is it? It wasn't a question. Kirishima had been quiet, watching you, and you knew that look. The one asking, are you okay, without saying it out loud. You gave him the smallest nod. His shoulders dropped half an inch. The room was very quiet. Matsuda closed her folder after listening to Bakugo's rant with your father. And your mother looked at you. Really did. The way she sometimes did when she forgot to be practical and was just your mother. Are you happy? Something in your chest unlocked. Yeah, I really am. She looked at Bakugo, who met her gaze, and then she looked at Kirishima, who offered her a careful, honest smile. She breathed out through her nose. Matsuda, I think we're done here. Your father said nothing for a long moment, and then he looked at Bakugo. Ranked 11. For now, Bakugo said. Something that might have been respect passed across your father's face. You'll come to dinner? Yes, we will. Kirishima caught your eye across the table, and he was glowing, barely contained. That big smile threatening to break through. And you thought, not for the first time and not for the last, that you were completely, absolutely done for. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye.